Welcome back, everybody. This is the Boomers versus the Zoomers, or as I would like to call it, Escape from Markeloff. As we look at Inferno, and we kind of try to wrap this one all together and say, wow, what a showing that we have here. Of course, with this show is going to bring about that of Vendetta and Pimp, and we are ready to talk a little bit about some of the things that we've seen here on Inferno. Guys, 1.6 still on the cards. We've got one more map of 1.6 to go, but what are we thinking?
Surprised. I was very surprised that the Zoomers were able to beat the Boomers in the fashion they did as well. They made them look like a bunch of noobs in 1.6, and that was not supposed to happen.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree on that. I appreciate the approach that the Zoomers had for this one. They were like heavily stacking sites throughout the entire CT side. They were over rotating, just basically throwing conventional Counter-Strike to the side.
Yeah,
and it worked really well. I mean, again, we know NAVI just is, a synonym for kind of slow-paced play. And it didn't really seem like NAVI's or the Boomers' idea of selling a site and trying to fake it out instead of really worked, because we just had the youngsters just, bolstering up sets and kind of committing to it, which worked really nicely for their CT side.
And at some point during this matchup, and you're down, you got this deficit going on. You got to, I think, risk it to get the biscuit. Isn't that right, Jacob?
Yeah, you definitely got to do that, and it was fun. And to be completely honest, it's something we see NAVI do a lot. I feel in competitive gameplay as well. They, especially on Inferno, like they like to do gamble stacks. They do it in their own CS:GO games as well, especially in some of the periods where they actually were decent on Inferno. So the fact that they just go into this matchup and just have fun with it, I guess, and then just gamble a little bit, and then it actually pays off. It's nice, and then we gotta give credit to the players. They actually hit some shots, this time around. They won the duels, and at the end of the day, that is not what I expected, to be completely honest, coming into this one. 1.6 and CSGO is two very different games when it comes to mechanics and when it comes to recall, but in this one, it seemed like the Boomers were definitely the weak ones.
I want to say we have to deduct some points, though, for them not being able to complete that arch boost. Like, I don't know what happened, but none of the two guys on top just...
just couldn't get it together. Oh, you boost me, I'll boost you. No, you boost me. No, and then they just give up on the whole.
It's like, well, if I'm not going up, nobody's going up. That's pretty much what.
We did get to see some stacks in here, and obviously we call them CPL stacks or whatever you want to call them, just head stacks, simple stuff, but from the top of middle. And I think just the little things like that in 1.6, you see a little bit less of in CS:GO.
Yeah, and that's partly because of something that Jason mentioned and Anders touched on it as well. The fact that tagging in 1.6 is an absolute nightmare compared to CSGO. Like, if you get tagged in CSGO, you just kind of shrug it off and you keep running at full speed. In CSGO, if you get, hit in the toe, all of a sudden you're working like, you need a walker, you're 80 years old and you can't move anywhere. And that obviously just makes those kind of towers, stacks, whatever you want to call them, a fair bit more efficient, because it's so hard for people to wide swing on you and kind of get past that angle that you're covering in a set, etc., when you're two people shooting at them. So definitely more proficient, still a little bit 80s like Element says, but no, it gets the job done.
Yeah, and there's a tie in there too. I think that's your cousin, right, Vendetta?
Yeah. Third cousin.
Small world, isn't it? So we look at this and we see that the numbers have slightly cooled off there for Edward, who showed up in a pretty big way across the duration of the first map. Now, this is where things get interesting. There's this up-and-coming talent. His name is Simple, and we're going to let him play CSGO at some point. Now, obviously, he's running the board with his duo partner here in Electronic, and you've got to ask yourself, what are these guys? What are they all about? How have they done this?
I mean, it almost feels like they're playing CSGO already, right? You look at the NAVI scoreboard right there, you see Simple at the top, and you see Electronic at the top. That's how it always is. That's how it always has been in CSGO. They did good, and I guess Electronic, I don't know his history. I don't know if you know that, Halvor, if he ever played 1.6, but he looked like a damn solid player.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I can't necessarily confirm whether he did or not, but a lot of the youngsters, even... they kind of skipped CSS, and if they started playing Counter-Strike before CSGO, they would have, dabbled in 1.6 in some way, shape, or form. But it's fun to see, and I think it might be a little bit of a ridiculous claim, but I think there's something to it, and that is, if you had the 1.6 op in CSGO, Simple would be even more of a beast, because you can see, like, it doesn't take him a long time to kind of adjust to the fact that you can quick scope and you can be so much more agile with it. And you just kind of, like, you can imagine what happens if you transfer that aspect of the game over into CSGO with a guy like Simple skills. Like, that just becomes an absolute nightmare for everyone on the server who's opposing him.
So you're saying he's a gamer? Is that what you're getting at?
He's a gamer, definitely.
Gamer. Now, We do have a little ways to go when it comes to 1.6. We've wrapped up 2 maps of play. We're now going to be looking at a vintage map. We're going to call it that. I want to call it a historic map as well. But obviously Tuscan is what I'm getting at here in the 1.6 version of that. So we haven't had it ported. We haven't had it officially brought over to CSGO. Kind of heartbreaking. I think we kind of touched on that a little bit in the pre-show, but now we get to get a look into it as far as 1.6 goes. And are we going to get this back and forth again? We've already split maps between these 2 teams. So I want to talk to I want to talk to you 2 about that.
First and
Sorry.
foremost, yeah, it's all good, man. First and foremost, I don't know about you, Halvor, but I think I came from Counter-Strike Source, right? And I didn't play that much 1.6, but whenever I saw a 1.6 match, my favorite map was always Tuscan. Whenever I played Counter-Strike Source, my favorite map was always Tuscan. I don't know why, or I guess I do know why we don't have it in CSGO. I think it's a shame we don't have it. I think it's to my understanding and to my, temper when I play Counter-Strike and to the style that I like to play, Tuscan is without a doubt the most fun and competitive map to play when it comes to Counter-Strike 1.6 and Counter-Strike Source for that matter. It's just, a great map. You have short where you can push down. You have the iconic clip from Edward with the USP where you push down. You have long B as well where you push down, take a lot of duels. You have the mid duel with the AWP. That's an iconic duel. It's like on Train as well, where you have the 2 connector sides. Same goes on for middle on Tuscan, where you have 2 AWP players posing up against each other. And then the A side, with in Counter-Strike Source, we had an underground, whereas in 1.6, we have a big ramp where you can do a lot of flash plays. This map has it all, and I miss it so much. And I'm very excited to see Markeloff playing Tuscan. He used to be so good back then.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit, that mid duel right there, Halvor. I mean, we're not playing Mill, but we're playing something that looks strikingly similar to it, right? So that mid duel, kind of like the same thing, but obviously with the way these ops are shaping up, it's going to be hard to topple. Simple.
Yeah, no, it definitely will be. And I'm curious if we're actually going to see them playing towards the mid area as well, because we do have a pretty juicy area named Banana on Tuscan as well, right? Over towards the B-bomb side. So I think that could be pretty fun in terms of duels. Maybe not op on op, but at least having the CT side offer kind of just laying down the pain train on whoever who wants to venture there. But I agree. I completely agree with Jacob. I think it's one of the best competitive maps we've ever had in CS. And I think it's a shame that we haven't gotten... Basically, like one of the reasons why it's great is also obviously the layout in itself, but just the cleanliness of the map itself, right? You don't really have a lot of obstructing, I guess, objects or graphics around the map. Exactly, right? You can see your opponents clearly. It also allows for a fair bit of innovation, which is really cool. Obviously, you have the door up towards the A-bomb side, but you also, like, if you go back to the previous iteration, which is effectively Mill, they just sort of like cool, like 4-man boost, stuff like that on the catwalk ramp and everything that people kind of like took up on themselves to figure out how to get around tough spots on the map, which we don't necessarily get to see much, especially in CSGO, because you're not able to do 4-man boosts in the same fashion without just sliding off each other. So yeah, no, I'm hoping that we see more trickery. We got a little bit of a taste on Inferno with the attempted arch boost. I think there's a lot of room to do stuff like that on Tuscan. And also, again, comes back to wall banks as well. You can stand on the A bomb site and kind of just spam out the entire A storage room, that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of hoping we get some connections and some dirty tricks from the experienced guys on this one.
So Jacob, remember that scenario I ran by you earlier where we got you and Liquid and you're all on the server via 2000 whatever. If you go for one of those boosts like the arch boost and it doesn't work out and you guys can't figure out who's actually going to go on top, you think that's discouraging in a way in a show match?
Not in a show match, Had that been in a real game scenario, had that been at a stage, I think I would have been yelling. I think the teammate of mine would have been yelling, and we probably would have been good friends after the game. It's one of those mistakes that can't happen, right? In a show match, though, it's kind of fun. That being said, though, I think we saw it on Starix body language as well after that game. He wasn't necessarily happy with the fact that he just lost. I think them coming into this one, the 1.6 players from NAVI, the NAVI Anno 2010, they thought they were going to win every single 1.6 match, and now they lost Inferno, and they could potentially be losing this, little 1.6 duel if they don't step it up. So I think, as I said, as soon as it gets a little bit competitive, now they lost Inferno and they feel maybe a little bit dishonored by that, they'll show up here and they'll try their absolute best to make sure that they close down this little series.
Well, Halvor, we've essentially created 2 best of 3s out of 2 different games across the same 2 teams. So looking at that, I mean, the third and final decider here for 1.6, when you think about everything that's come up to this point, how you feeling?
Honestly, I'm still liking the 1.6 boys chances, and I kind of feel like I have to as well, because going into CS:GO, I don't really see them standing too much of a chance. So if we could turn it into two separate best of threes, then I would like to come away with this, with the old boys having won at least one of those two series.
Yeah, something there. Just give us a little bit of something. And of course, when we look at this Tuscan map, there's going to be a lot of things that you, the viewer, should be taking a note of. And obviously, not just saying, oh, well, this is the Tuscan that everyone keeps talking about. Well, it's kind of not, because we're not in CSGO. But on the other side of it, the layout, just the way that it plays, you'll see it. You'll get a vibe for it. And perhaps you can speak a testament to that, Jacob.
Definitely. I said, the mid duel, look out for that one. I think there's going to be a lot of rushes down B. You can be so, proactive on the CT side. I think that's why I like Tuscan the most. The fact that you're not limited on the CT side. You almost feel like you're the one being aggressive. I saw so many games in 1.6 where it's the CT guys taking mid control, the CT guys pushing down banana, pushing down Reb on the A side. So it's basically them controlling the pace of the game. That does not happen often. Like if you compare it to CSGO today, for an example, you can maybe argue that Mirage is somewhat similar in that sense. When you have the mid area, whereas you, as a terrorist player, can sort of like dictate the pace of the game. Dust 2 is maybe even a better example, where you, as the terrorist and as the attacking team, are the guys dictating the pace of the game. I think we're going to see the same here on Mirage, just for the CT side. And I expect this to be a fun one. I expect Edward to rush down short in the pistol round. If he doesn't do that, then I'm going to be thoroughly disappointed.
Halvor, did you catch that one?
Yeah, no, I did. And I mean, just to kind of leave onto that, if we wanted to deduct points from Navi youngsters, I guess, for not completing the boost, we should definitely deduct points from the old boys if Edward doesn't brush down short on B like that. Come on, like he has to. And I'm kind of hoping that the Navi guys or the 2020 team is actually going to pull out the Fnatic pistol, which is 5-man into mid. So
full send. This is what we like to call it here in America.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, so I think at this point, obviously, everyone that's been watching the stream, watching the broadcast, first and foremost, I want to say thank you for joining us today. It is a beautiful Saturday. It is August the 1st, and now we've gotten glimpses of what Edward has done and accomplished in middle. We know this to be this iconic play. But I don't know. Going forward again, do you really have to, Jacob?
Yeah, of course you do.
Got to relive the moment.
Yeah.
Then you just recreate it. What if it goes south?
Try imagine if he actually did recreate it. Try imagine if he ran down short and he killed all 5 within the matter of 2 seconds again. Just imagine, Trace. Just imagine.
Hold on. I almost got it. Ah, there it is. Yeah, that would be pretty dope. Yeah, I think you're onto something right there. But will it happen from the looks of it? I don't know. The new Navi, I want to call them that, but really and truly, they're the Navi that we know as the household name, the household brand that has been the number 4 across the world. I don't see them taking this one laying down at all. In fact, if they continue the pacing that they've just had here in this previous map, then I think that there's some real trouble going to be here in the waters for the 2010 iteration.
Yeah, I think we're getting to the point where the Navi 2020 lineup is kind of getting accustomed to how 1.6 works in terms of how they need to move, how they need to counter-strike, how they need to basically just handle themselves in game. And obviously, there's no doubt that they have more recent play time in just a Counter-Strike game than the guys over on the 2010 lineup. And I think that's obviously going to be beneficial. You're just more inclined to ease into it, even though it is a different game and so on.
I'd be really curious to compare. Well, I know we're coming kind of off the player break, but I'd be really curious to compare, hours spent in the last, X amount of time between all 10 players in the server. I think that'd be an interesting comparison. And obviously, from what Edward said, they're all, we're grown men. We got things to do. We're adults now, blah, blah, blah. But still, they came into this and they thought, hey, guys, we got to show them. We got to smack them around a little bit somewhere in some way. So make sure you hit the DMs, which is something that I think we're getting a vibe for. Starix coming alive on Inferno starts to bode well. But obviously, you want to see more people step up. Who do you guys want to see step up on the 2010 side?
I want to see Markeloff step up with the AWP. I don't think we've seen enough of him in 1.6. And we talked about it coming into the game. Him being potentially one of the best 1.6 players ever. I guess you can argue that Forrest and Neo were the 2 main players. But when it comes to a pure AWP player, he was without a doubt the most skillful and potentially also the best in history of Counter-Strike 1.6. So we want to see that. At least we want to see a glimpse of it. And then, as I said before, I want to see Edward rush down, be short every single round he can, just to make it hard for the guys.
Just to go for it. Halvor, let's talk a little bit about the depth and the layers to this map when it comes down to Tuscan. You mentioned the door. Let's talk a little bit about how that adds the feel to the map itself. And, do we see that being used a lot?
I think we're going to see it, a little bit for absolutely. Again, this is like the the fix, when Tuscan came out compared to what we had with the sewer system in CPL Mill. The CPL system, or like the underground sewage system, was pretty broken.
The CPL system, the sewage CPL system, yes.
Like it was pretty broken. Just like it wasn't very functional, especially because you could boost through the entirety of the the roof and just kind of pop up on the A side. Obviously not legal in pro matches, but like it was kind of hard to make anything useful out of it because you had to go up a ladder and you're just like a sitting duck. With the door right now, you can again set up for pop flashes. You could do similar flashes to what you have on Nuke, where you use the momentum of the door swinging open to get angled flashes up in the air and cool stuff like that, which opens up for catwalk. So I think it's just given another element of tactical possibilities really for the map in general, and I think we're going to see some of them, or at least 2010 boys, attempt to utilize it. I'm not sure if they're going to nail the timing with the door because that's actually pretty tough to do, but I'm kind of hoping. So I think we're going to see that more and more. It's a nice way to set up like a pincer point and sandwich an A-side defense.
Let's talk a little about on the other side of the map, right? We've got the door on the right side of the map, I believe, over towards the A site. Now let's talk about what happens underneath the window.
Oh, underneath the window on short and B short? Yeah, I mean, obviously, we kind of mentioned the fact that that's where we're expecting to see Edward play, but that's a really cool area because it allows the CT to play in multiple different ways, right? So you can either play the passive position of sitting inside the window, which is obviously still going to give you a good angle, but it's obviously something that T's are going to be aware of coming up from it. But, you get all of a sudden 3 different options of how you want to play it. If you want to play it aggressively by rushing down, hold it from window and it's like a semi-aggressive fashion where you get information early, or play back from sight where you're doubling up with a teammate and so on. So again, just a solid layout of a map that allows for CTs not to be stuck in one position because that's the only thing that works. So you're allowed to be creative.
Just love the B side in general, right? Especially when the bomb gets planted. It's sort of like Mirage B side where you can take a lot of duels inside the map, and inside the side there's different levels as well. You can go up on the little balcony and try to play around. Tuscan to me is just such a fun map. There's not a boring place on the map. It's not like on Vertigo, for example, in CSGO on A right now, you throw 2 smokes and you can't do anything as a CT player. You always have an option on Tuscan to be proactive, go for a duel, and if you're good enough, you're going to win that duel.
Yeah, and we're talking about the banana, if layman's terms work out right there. But we're talking about post-plant scenarios that kind of create themselves, and you're going to get the taste of that. You're going to get the taste of banana over on Tuscan, which is exactly where we're headed. If you're just tuning in, if you're just joining us, you've tuned in at the right time, because I think that this is the real kind of culmination of the 1.6 side of things. This is what everyone's kind of like, okay, yes, Tuscan, let's see how this pans out. Let's see how this plays out. And albeit with 1.6 not really on the radar, not really in the scope of any major competitions probably ever again, if I had to think about it. It's going to be fun, but also it's going to be something where you look for these guys to do something special and really make some plays. It really opened some eyes around here to potentially causing enough chaos, enough riot, enough noise to maybe, just maybe, Valve, please bring Tuscan back. That was my plea. Sorry, guys.
You did a good job.
Yeah, I was we're going to start a whole new wave of please bring Tuscan to CSGO.
We could hashtag that right now as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if you guys got any hashtags off the top of your head?
Bring back Tuscan.
Easy. Yeah, bring back easy.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Jacob. You actually nailed that first go. I was hoping you guys would take a couple of goes at it, but I'll just take one. We do things in one hit around here, and we're not just wondering about it. What we are going to wonder about is who picks up this last map of in 1.6. Now, when we look at Tuscan, you look at both sides. We have it split so far down the series. Tell me who you guys have in this one and why.
I'm going to go with the old boys. Again, I got to keep faith. I will want them to win at least one best-of-3 series. I think that the new players, or NAVI 2020, are going to be happy about the fact that Tuscan is in because it's one of the newer maps, so bigger likelihood of them, I guess, feeling somewhat comfortable on it. But again, this is like super strong map for the old NAVI team, so expecting them to take it.
The new guys are going to win.
No fun.
No fun, of course not. And speaking of no fun, we do have Jason O'Toole and his friend Anders, of course, that we've brought in just for this show match, just for this occasion. And surely they're going to bestow some wisdom upon us. What do you guys got?
As far as wisdom goes, I don't think we have a whole lot to offer, Anders.
No, then maybe we would be somewhere else, Jason. Try not to give out too much wisdom on the internet. Usually backfires, but yeah, we do have a lot of experience with both the old and current version of Counter-Strike, really. So, do you have some fun memories? Was your team back in the day good at playing Tuscan?
Actually, my team was good at the precursor to Tuscan, the inspiration of Tuscan, which was CPL Mill.
Yeah.
Actually, I never even actually played an official until way later, until I was kind of just playing for fun on Tuscan. But I mean, the layout was pretty much the same. I personally, I always liked CPL Mill more. Not gonna lie to you, but this is a cool. It is a cool map, and it provides some different glimpses at how the game can be played. And obviously, as they mentioned, or as Vendetta said, if we don't see Edward pushing down short on this map, something's gone horribly wrong. So at least he's got to try to recreate his famous highlight.
I mean, obviously, if he does it, we've got something real to talk about. But the problem is clearly, what if it screws up somehow? Like what if there's an issue, and you end up with some sort of problem there? So I don't know. I would be potentially a little bit scared that maybe that would be an issue if if he tried and failed. Like, do you want to try and mess with that piece of history? I don't know. Not
Yeah,
sure.
that's a good point, but you got to give the people what they want. Anders, you got to, when the fans are on their feet, you've got to step up and deliver the high intensity, high pressure play.
Customer's always right kind of approach.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Okay.
I mean, certainly, of course, obviously, we're mostly joking because that is one of those rounds that you'll just never be able to replicate. Conditions were obviously perfect at that time, and I don't think it's ever going to happen again.
No, it is so much more ridiculous if you have a feeling for how bad the pistols were in 1.6, and you're like, oh, okay, well, that somehow makes it even more unreasonable. Yeah, that was very cool. It's fun to see Edward playing at this, really good level here in this match. He seems to be really enjoying himself, but like, yeah, he obviously played, played in the Navi lineup for a long time, like a very long time. Is he the longest standing member that, like, throughout all of it, if you combine all of it?
I guess Zeus would have to be up there as well.
Zeus
but-
up there, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hold the phone because the map has started. And Edward, he did not push short, not on the pistol round, but he's going to rotate back as this hit comes in. It's a long rush and new angle for him. He's got the first kill, more pressure. Boomich, an aggressive trade, and Zeus is forced back deeper into the choke point as well, quickly into a 3-on-3.
Simple wanted to get a bit closer before he started firing that Glock, and you could see why. He's not doing a lot with it at all, but Perfecto takes down Markeloff, and a pretty good shot there. Zeus will be taking down Perfecto, and now it's a 2-on-1 with Simple being low on health. They know where he is in the middle because he already had that long fight. Oh, nice shot. That's impressive. Now he's trying to see if he can bait out the next one, and Zeus will take him down, but not in time to defuse the bomb. So Simple actually winning the 1-on-2 in spite of going down.
Yeah, style points. Some morale perhaps for Zeus to be able to win that battle despite losing the round. And pistol goes to... Oh, now I'm all sorts of confused with the whole Zeus thing. Navi 2020 wins the pistol round. Man, I don't know why just all of a sudden that threw me for a loop.
They're also favored in the odds, as you can tell.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up. I'm glad you beat me to the punch there. Favorites in the odds provided by 1xBet. And now the rifles are out for the T side, for the attacking side, and Simple is going to start from the left staging area.
You saw that coming. Clever boost to get up there for Zeus, but and they got some backup as well. Again, just look at how wide this whole path is. So you sort of need a bunch of people to make sure you're covering both sides. You can't really do it as a single person. It's just going to be way too wide. Markeloff will take down Simple, and Edward also with a kill on Boomich. So the USP is actually doing a lot of work in this round, which maybe you wouldn't have seen coming.
Yeah, for now, but certainly you're going to see this this turn out of their favor. The AK-47s in hand, bomb site taken over as well, and they're going to start pushing to clear out these angles, and they find one all the way back, who then just gets out of danger. I believe that's Senya, who was over and showed his presence, but then just backed away. So you could see there's trying to rotate over towards the other side of the map, find the opposing players, and still actually Senya's being very elusive. Starix in a decent enough position, but a long way to go to actually win the round, and now Perfecto has brought it to just one opponent left.
he's going to get found caught in the middle of the lane. Senia goes down, Electronic with the kill right there. So, yeah, losing a couple, but you're right. They made up for it. They're right back in the mix here, and it's going to be another round before they could realistically buy more than just some upgraded pistols. So yeah, in the meantime, guys, go check out the sponsor of this whole project here. It's 1xBet over at the website, and I think it's hashtag #BetOnNavi on social media if you want to participate. They're giving away t-shirts, 15 of them, I think, with autographs. So definitely want to participate in that on social media. Use the hashtag and post a picture, and it should be yours to grab. So definitely check that out. We appreciate them for helping us out with all of this. Third round, and yeah, I mean, this should be a somewhat of a cleanup here, and it already is, in fact. They're already doing a good job.
Yeah, the 2020 lineup is starting to get a little bit of their swagger back, and you can see how aggressive they're being and just pushing forward. This round was very quick, no hesitation. They know they're up against likely unarmored pistols, and it's been pretty easy. Senya's about to get caught out as well. Simple finds that right at the end. So very fast, 3-0 for Navi 2020. And we're going to get the first rifles on the board for the Boomers.
Yeah, big chance here to do some good defending on the CT side is what they need right now. What would you say? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that can be done on the T side of this map, right? Like if you lose track on the CT side, I mean, think about this underpass that Senia is running into, like this whole tunnel system. Like if you lose track of what's happening on the CT side, you're gonna get so badly wrecked, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, you very quickly can. Ooh, I don't think Flamie expected that whatsoever. Nice, easy kill for Senya, and he's going to be able to back away. Off angle being held in middle for Zeus, and Edward in his home position, we'll just start calling it. And he's going to have a decent enough pinch. Starix is about halfway down long as well, so if that kill didn't go the way of Edward, Starix was going to be there quickly for the revenge frag. Either way, now it's about backing up. Catwalk, or Kitty as it's sometimes known, has Senya playing at an off-angle dinked, but now he's got a teammate, so they go for the wide swing. And it's a 1-for-1 trade down the stretch, leading into Perfecto having control.
Yeah, and he's checking middle all the time. Wants to make sure that no one's sneaking up behind him. Look at that. Simple's made his way all the way onto the site, while Perfecto's still trying to hold this. Bomb should be going down relatively soon. I think he came off the plant for a second.
He can't. I don't think he can plant that far away. I don't know, maybe, but either way, he got off it. Maybe some fire came through. I can't actually even remember how far that bomb zone stretches on Tuscan. Simple in a bit of a battle, but he's boxed in, especially because that's so spammable. He had to remain aggressive, and it's Perfecto left in a 1 versus 3. And he's going to tuck himself behind the box for the moment. There's the first kill. A couple more to find, and he's got the second. That's Starix. Nades out. But remember, you can't underhand it. So I think he's trying to find some way to line it up. And unfortunately, it's just not to be. But he might still have the round, except Zeus has a kit. So good diffuse. And first round on the board for the Boomers.
Yeah, wow. That was, yeah, you could tell he wanted to try and throw it. Did he not realize this was close, or did he think for a second that was an incendiary grenade and not an HE?
I think he wanted to underhand a flashbang to the right so he could peek or delay Zeus's push.
And he's like, damn, this isn't working.
He's like, this is awkward, these stupid ass grenades. These massive, massive HE nades.
Fantastic, isn't it? Well, Electronic starting off well here, taking out Edward. Good return kill though on him. Starix has found it, and I'm seeing that creek being picked up again. Oh dear.
Someone needs to come get their boy, have a chat about this creek. Now he does get a kill with it, 1-for-1, so maybe we'll hold off on too much criticism, but 4-1 lead for Navi 2020.
And that's devastating. That's right after a 1-on victory. They go on right back to losing. So their economy is going to get wrecked here in the 6th round. That's hard to deal with, isn't it? They're not going to have a fun time.
No, we mentioned it before the games really got started. The economic resets in 1.6 hurt, and they're no fun to deal with. If you're just joining us in this show match series, the Boomers versus Zoomers, with Navi 2010 versus 2020, obviously. This is the third and final map of the 1.6 stretch. We played Train first. That was won by Navi 2010, pretty convincingly as well. We just finished up on Inferno. That was won by Navi 2020, also pretty convincingly. And now here on Tuscan as the third and final map before we switch over to CSGO for the final 3 maps of the show match.
Which, I think everyone has to assume the odds are going to be stacked heavily against the 2010 team. Although, think about what kind of think of the loss of face that would happen if they didn't. What if the 2010 team won? What would happen then?
You think they'd steal their spot on the team? Navi would be like, "All right, it's time. Let's bring the old boys back."
Yeah, they're just gonna tell them right before the go match starts. They're gonna be like, "By the way, your contract's all on the line, guys." So. We're gonna
now that would be next level, to just drop that level of pressure right at the end. I'm fine with that.
Now it's all of a sudden real. They're still on pistols there on the Boomer side, so that explains why they're not having that much of an impact in some of these rounds here. Starting to become a really good lead. Electronic will take down Zeus. I'm not even sure if that was in the smoke or not. Could have been. And they're just moving over towards that B side, so they should have a pretty clear run for it. In fact, they want to. Yeah, bomb plant almost immediately.
And nice shot from Markeloff. Another nice shot from Markeloff, and they can actually attempt for this retake. There's 22 seconds left, so it'd have to be quick, but it is a 2-on-2 thanks to Markeloff, and he's looking for anyone else to peek, and Flamie obliges him, but unfortunately he rips his head off in the process. So Edward backs fully away, and a 6th round now for Navi 2020.
Yeah, so good shooting coming out from Markeloff. You like to see that. Someone's going to have to try and get them back in the game, and they're lagging behind. So this is maybe what it takes. I'd still love to see him with the AWP some more. He's had some good shots with it, but just not consistently yet.
Well, they've been getting ravaged ever since Train. So that's been a huge issue, is they just haven't been able to build any kind of momentum. So that AWP, even when it comes out, it's usually just for a round or two. No chance to really let him get going in any way. Could be a bit of rust as well. Let's not discount that possibility. Boomich playing in middle. Markeloff boosted up inside of the A bomb site. Starix with an off angle of the AWP towards mid as well. So 4 players defending the A bomb site. And Edward playing short towards B, and he can have the call over to bring his teammates into the action if needed. And there goes Senya.
Yeah, not the best start. Definitely worrisome. It's Edward getting picked up by Boomich. Trying to play a little bit clever there. Sneaking down the middle, but he's going to get found. So now it's a 3-on-5, and I don't know how they hold this. Starix getting pushed back as well with that AWP. He's going to go down, in fact, to Boomich, and now Markeloff alone on the site. He's getting overwhelmed. Zeus actually just showing up. Oh, nice triple spray down. That's amazing. Simple right in front, and Zeus looking to do this. He's going to clutch it. A quad kill to win the round. That is tremendous.
And I cannot believe that he did not teabag Simple at the end of all of that. Why not just go for it? You just get a quad kill, a 3-man spray down. Put your mark on the map, baby. Regardless, a wonderful round to win for Zeus, the only survivor. Desperation from his position, and he's got them their 2nd round on the board.
That is wild. I thought for sure there was going to be no way. They what was that, a 2-on-5 that they turned in? And a 1-on-4 or something like that for Zeus. That's amazing.
Yeah, we'll take that all day. And now Starix has gotten a surge of confidence. Unfortunately, Simple was ready for the peak.
Good early beginning here again. And again, you survive with just that one rifle at the end of a round like that. If you're the 2010 team, you're going to need something else. You're going to need some more money start to build up on your side here. We haven't really gone into the 1.6 economy but it's going to be way more punishing than global offensive, right?
Yeah, well, especially with the new economy. I mean, the 1.6 economy is way more in line with the old economies in global offensive. I mean, at this point, especially without being able to bring up the numbers on the board, it's just one of those. It's one of those topics, Anders, that's way too complicated for me to rattle off inside my head.
Yeah, well, listen, it's fine. I don't really want you to try and do the math. It was more an overall kind of thing, you know?
Rhetorical.
Yeah, something like that. Zeus looking. I mean, another clutch here would be amazing, but this time he's really far away from the action. Just looking to save the Colt, as it were. So they're right back. It's going to be 7-2. There's no doubt about it. And the 2020 lineup, as you said, looked like they'd come back into it in a strong way, but they look so confident right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not obviously going to have the experience of running tactics on this map in any meaningful way. So it's more of just, you know, start being really aggressive with your peaks and let the individual skill shine, and that's working out beautifully. You can see Boomich there with 13 kills, Flamie with 12. It's only Zeus, by virtue of that 3-man spray down previously, who's got double digits on the Navi 2010 side. So kind of a one-man army at the moment. And it's a push towards Giddy. Electronic is going to turn the corner. He's got 2 kills. And again, deathmatch coming out from the youngsters. And they're going to take over the A-bomb site.
Oh dear, yeah, they are really getting wrecked at this time. Zeus goes down again, being found in that similar position to what's the middle of the map. And Edward, lone survivor so far. Oh, gonna get 2 big kills there at least. But not enough to do anything about the round. Now an 8-2 lead as we go into the 11th round here of this first half. 3rd map, by the way, but yeah, they're off to a fantastic start.
Yeah, I don't think they're complaining at all at the moment. 8-2, a 6-round lead. And another round where it's a tough buy for the Navi 2010 side. Famas, you can see a Colt there as well picked up. We'll see if they can put a stop to this. Boomich is quickly going to lead the way, and an instant headshot as Edward turns the corner. And you could see knife out, getting a lot of ground. And now the crouch hopping comes into play to make them even faster and more quiet. And he's beaten Markeloff to the timing.
Has... See, Simple also finding a kill. There's Boomich taking out Starix now. Just Markeloff, and I don't know, I mean, as soon as he makes any noise here, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. They're all gravitating towards the other side of the map at the moment. Still got plenty of time left for the 2020 team to make their way. Yeah, I don't know if they've really heard him yet, but they are, you know, they've kind of got him boxed in. As soon as he finds this gun, surely someone's going to be hearing it. He's probably wondering, where on earth are they? How has he been sneaking past them all the time?
Yeah, I actually don't know. But, I mean, at least if you're going to give away your position when you fire a gun, you better at least make it worth it. And he does at least find Simple. So he's got 1 kill on his way out. And 9-2 now. 7-round lead for the Zoomers who are showing him up. But at least we're all still having a good time as Markeloff lets out a big smile there.
Yeah, this is I mean, usually Edward's having a good time anyways, even if things are looking a bit rough at the moment. So yeah, I'm glad to see that they're enjoying themselves. I think I'm still kind of just getting used to even seeing Tuscan at all. I wonder, I mean, you would think this would be maybe the map where the 2010 team really had, you know, more of an advantage. Because at least Inferno and Train are maps that are still sort of in play in Global Offensive, right? Whereas this one, maybe the 2020 team would just know even less about. But they don't care.
Yeah, I think that's the real problem. Since you don't know it, you just, you know, running around with no pressure, going and finding a fight that you can take with. And it's not like, you know, the 2010 guys have been, you know, practicing and are well versed on the map either themselves. So I think you're just starting to see a little bit of a rust of just FPS games in general for some of the 2010 players, and obviously the rest of the guys practicing at all times for CSGO are ready for everything, ready for every battle.
Yeah, they are definitely tuned in at the moment. I don't know how much preparation they would have done. Would they have sat down, you know, just played a little bit? Maybe if they did, they wouldn't have done it 1.6 anyway, right? They would have been like, let's try and see if we could get some Global Offensive warm up in and get that going. Maybe should have spent some time on this too. Markeloff with a good kill and return at the very least. Gonna be making his escape into the corner to try and see if he can get that reload in, but they're really hunting him down, and Perfecto will find him. This is looking so good at the moment. Nice shot from Starix. That's a big double.
Yeah, that's actually a sick sequence from Starix in open space as well. Boomich caught in an awkward spray. That leaves it all on Simple. 1-on-2. Deagle in hand. Opening the door, and Gonna try and find his way into the bomb site, but good shot from Edward holding the angle with an AWP. So Simple doesn't even get a chance. He won a 1 versus 3 on Train. This time shut down before it can even begin. Nicely done from the 2010 boys.
Yeah, really is. And it's about time. I mean, it's like the last stop basically before we're out of the half. So they are gonna have to find a way to make this work, or it's not gonna happen at all here. 10-3. Gotta make it at least 10-5 here. Ooh, Electronic though, running down Starix. He didn't even stood a chance. And the pain will continue. Boomich with a double and a nice little jump up there. Oh no!
Oh no!
That is. He should have had way more than that. It's a nice idea, but it doesn't really work out.
Oh, that's filthy. And yeah, I think this is. I don't think we've seen Navi 2010 win 2 rounds in a row yet throughout this half. Navi 2020 keep responding immediately. And they just can't even set their foot to fight back. Simple with the final kill of the round, and 11-3 so far in this first half, going into the final round, where I mean essentially it's a red carpet laid out for the younger guys to be able to take a 12-3 round lead moving forward. 22 kills on Boomich. It's a 1.6 player this whole time.
Yeah, apparently. Who could have known? But yeah, we're getting some nice showing out of him. 11-3 is the current scoreline. So let's see if they get one last round on board. Perfecto also proving himself a pretty good talent in 1.6. Again, unexpected, I would say. But that's what we're getting.
Ooh, Edward sliding out behind the smoke as it fades right around the edge. It's a little bit easier to see through, but he still can't find anything. 3 on 5 as they want to make the 3-take happen, but Boomich gets it started first. Double kill onto Zeus and Edward, hunting down the final kill, a little bit blind as well. Knife is out, and here we go. Gets the stab, gets the shank, gets the kill. 12-3 for Navi 2020. The Zoomers in the lead.
The Zoomers are in the lead, and you should go check out in the meantime while we go into the second half here. Our sponsor in 1xBet that are making all of this possible. They're giving away a gaming PC over at the website, so you should definitely go check that out. They're on social media and everything else. If you use the hashtag #BetOnNavi, you could go to participate in that.
Yeah, and there's also I mean, just for one extra thing, they're doing a giveaway right at this moment. So if you are in the Twitch chat, just type !Maincast, and that's going to enter you, the viewer, into the giveaway to win something. Do you remember what it is? Let me see if they have it listed.
Skins, Jason.
Skins?
You can win skins.
Nice. We all like a good skin. Boomich gonna push down middle. He gets shut down trying to do his best Edward impression. So does Perfecto as the T side starts to flex a little bit. In a 5-on-0, nobody falls for Navi 2010.
Yeah, they just crack on through. That was a quick round. Yeah, of course. You know, we had skins in 1.6. People forget. But not. You know.
Yeah.
Different world, really.
You could, yeah, it was a very different world. The sprays were way better, and I feel like we haven't really seen anyone taking advantage of that yet in this game. You could spray a terrorist model onto the wall, or a counter-terrorist model. We don't discriminate here. So you could actually confuse your opponents.
You could spray a ladder. People jumping up against the wall, pretending like trying to climb with a fake ladder. All good times.
You could spray porn as well, Anders. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, seems to have stuck in my mind. So yeah, I mean, just in general, it was a different world back then, really.
Different times, simpler times.
We could try and bring especially the pawn strays back, although I don't know if we would be successful. But if you want to lead that charge, Jason, I am right there with you.
I'll get in touch with my boys over at YouPorn. They were the pioneers.
Well, exactly. Yeah, good little start here for the old timers. Starting to make up for it. Edward talking to the camera. What's up, Edward?
He looks like he was like having like a whole virtual date or something.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, he was giving a nice smile there.
Maybe like it would be the ultimate boom move, wouldn't it, if he had like a glass of wine or something, like Just, you know, not the energy drinks or anything. Just, you know, playing Counter-Strike with some wine. And just, you know, just enjoying it. Good. I'm seeing the spams in the chat. Maincast. Good on you guys for going all crazy with that. And we're gonna pick up a kill, and they're gonna get cleaned up in this round. So it's looking better. It was 12 rounds in the first half of the 2020 team, but now they've lost 3 in a row, and we'll see if it's gonna change now. They can start to pick up some rifles.
Yeah, we'll see. It just feels like Inferno too, where this comeback, even if it starts out well, it's such a long way to go before you'll feel like you're getting anywhere positive. 12-6. And Starix going to lead the way up short. Plenty of flashbangs coming out, bouncing off the walls. There's 3 defenders at this bomb site, except Flamie goes down, so just 2. A decent amount of nade damage, but a 1-for-1 trade clears the path for NAVI 2010 as Markeloff leads the way, but Electronic is still hiding in the corner, ready and waiting.
Ooh, Markeloff, that was a nice pick-off. Finding Electronic hiding inside of the site, waiting for his moment. Simple. Out on the bridge, but not a troll hiding underneath. It's not a fairy tale, Jason. It was just Edward.
Boomich left at a 1 versus 3 on the CT side. And he's going to try and find his way into a nice clutch situation. Edward is over here. Bomb is ticking away. There's no chance for a win. So Boomich going to maybe try and grab an AK-47 out of the loss, or at the very least save his own rifle. So it's going to be still 12. Navi 2020 stuck there. And Navi 2010 is up to 7.
Yeah. It's a step in the right direction. Still, obviously, a stretch to go. And do remember, I mean, once this is done, no matter how it ends up, we are going to go into global offensive. There might be a little bit of a break, I'm not sure, but once we get there, they'll battle it out on that playground, and that'll be Train, Inferno, and Dust 2 as the lineup of maps. So still got much more cool Counter-Strike coming your way. But let's see if the Boomers can do us all proud here. It's Boomich to start off well, taking out Edward, hiding in the corner down the middle there. It's a nice kill. And off to a good start. They really only have that one Colt there on Boomich anyway.
Yeah, well, the Deagles are doing the work. Electronic and Perfecto with a pair of headshots from Perfecto, and he goes back for another. What a great round from him. I think that's a triple kill, all said and done. So 13-7 is now the scoreline. And the Zoomers just turn it right back around. So good for them. Back to the winning ways. Just a few rounds away from taking Tuscan as well.
Yeah, that's quite amazing, given the fact that they really only had that one rifle, but the Deagles did so much work. It looked to me like Perfecto was running and shooting with the Deagle, which I've never had much luck with in 1.6, but fair play.
I never had much luck with the Deagle in 1.6 doing anything, really. The gun was a mystery to me. Boomich gets a nice headshot onto Starix, and he takes a lot of damage, but is able to back away.
Let's see. Starix out of the picture. Where are they going to end up? They're still, I don't know. They could. They've got someone sneaking. I think it's Zeus sneaking through the lower tunnels, so he could find a kill, and try and see if he can get there. They've left Boomich over at the A site all on his own, I believe.
Yeah, it's Perfecto who's just kind of chilling, and 2 players are rotating over. Boomich is actually pushing, I believe, in the sewers, and he can wrap around, catwalk towards that A bomb site eventually. But for the moment, Perfecto is so nervous. At some point, he needs to call out that he hasn't heard anything. So his teammates can rotate back to the other side of the map. Senya coming up middle. There's a missed shot from Simple. And now Electronic holding a very tight angle. And Boomich's flank is coming in so late. Good kill from Electronic. And now the attack begins as they try and get out. Edward's going to check behind real quick, sees nothing. And it's all a delay tactic. This is to find Boomich a way to get involved, and he's going to come right back to the door.
Markeloff going for the bomb plant. Ooh, there's the door opening. Boomich actually changing targets a little bit too early. I think he thought he'd got that kill almost immediately, but had to go back for seconds. And that's an issue. Markeloff will find another one, leaving Perfecto 1 versus 2. Smoke is fading, but yeah, he's in a little bit of trouble here. That bomb is ticking away in front of him, and he's now deep in the bomb side, looking for anyone that he can, but Yeah, I don't know. That's going to be hard to get. Markeloff, I think, a triple in that round at least. And that will be the 2010 team fighting back in a big way. Up to 8 rounds overall here.
That's not too bad. It's nice to see them fighting back. See how long they can keep this one up. As the Zoomers are just 3 rounds away from taking this third map, and that would make them, 2-1 during the 1.6 stretch of the show match. However, for the moment, they're going to be brought back down to pistols, except for Simple. The hero AWP, a missed shot down middle, and he wants to go back for more. He would need to find something. I don't know. The one round they won, remember, was a triple kill from Perfecto with the Deagle, but how many of those are you going to get in a half?
Yeah, that's a question, isn't it? Can't really rely on it. They do. I mean, Simple on that on the AWP. I think that's a big tool though. Electronic has found one, and I say it just Simple goes down. Senia with a double instead, and Flamie now. The only one left to try and have an impact, but this is really started to turn around. It was looking so grim in the first half.
Yeah, the old timers really starting to flex there a little bit. Duke just walking up mid, Senia just walking up short and finding a couple of kills and really throwing the defense into I don't know, discombobulation, I guess we'll call it. Nicely done though. You're right. This comeback starting to look more and more promising, starting to feel like they can actually make it happen.
Definitely. Edward, is he talking to his webcam when he's talking to his team? Is that? Does anyone do that?
I don't know. But I appreciate it to a certain degree. Because it makes it look like he's staring at me into my soul while he looks intense.
Yeah, I was starting to sense it like that as well. Maybe he's doing a lot of streaming and he's used to it. It's like a, occupational hazard.
Yeah, he's it's just muscle memory now. Every time he talks, he's got to turn to the camera. See what you're doing with that one. Okay, 13-10. I guess at this point we say the comeback is officially here. It's on. They're not just making it happen. It has happened. They're within striking distance.
Yeah, now it's no longer just like a dream or anything. Now it can actually happen. And again, the economy is looking so busted for the 2020 team that they really need to start making some of these rounds work, or they're going to be in a lot of trouble here. They're not getting helped in the same way that they would in the global offensive economy either. So, got to think about that a little bit too. 13-10 overall is the scoreline right now. It could go pretty much any way.
Well, full control of short and long towards the B-bomb site for NAVI 2010. Although they're playing it pretty deep. Defense is passive as well. That's a huge trade. And this has been a part of the map that it feels like has been exposed. Catwalk towards the A-bomb site has been there for the old players. Electronic, the last one left, and he's deep towards Kitty, hiding behind the box at the moment. Smoke is about to fade. It's just a Deagle, but now the AWP is coming in as well, and Simple gonna clear it, but not able to land the shot through the smoke. Flamie finds one, and there's Simple Electronic to time in, and they've finally got another round on the board. It's 14-10.
Well, that was a scary close round, close-up fight there at the end. That looked like it could have gone either way. It's so scary when you end up missing some of those shots there. But good recovery anyway, and it's gonna be one step more in the right direction. 14 rounds. They're just 2 away from taking it here, which I guess would put them at a 2-1 victory overall in this series. It's not bad for the 2020 team, I think. You know.
No, it's not bad at all. Bit dicey. That 3-man stack towards the B-bomb site almost got punished for it. Back towards A again, a split. You can see one player working up Catwalk. Electronic way too deep and wide of a peak. Zeus has already passed it. He's got the second kill so quickly, and he gets those kills so fast, they can't even pull off the strategy they wanted to. This is supposed to be a pinch from the door, and the 2 players just come out so very late. You can see the spam to clear angles, to give them access to the bomb site. They're taking their time, but they're in. And Navi 2010 have to decide if they want to go for this retake. I think they're going to end up backing away and preserving the money.
Yeah, again, I mean, that's probably the sensible choice, isn't it? That's probably what you want to try and do at this point in time, because we've seen how little luck they've had. Apart from that one round with the Deagles, they haven't really been able to put up a fight against the 2010 team when they've been lacking the economy, so don't blame them for it. Did see one of the corners, Simple gets picked off, and yeah, I like this from the 2010 team though. Out hunting, taking away the rifles. That's nice to see some real fight out of them, and they're gonna get every single one.
Yeah, it's ruthless. It's a statement as well that they're not just gonna. I mean, this is a show match and all, but obviously hunting down the weapons, they're letting them know we're coming for this third map, at least 1.6. I imagine there's a lot of pride to take this 3-map series, this series that isn't necessarily a series, but to be able to at least take 2 of the maps in the 1.6 stretch of the show match. The goal of these 2010 guys, and still within striking distance, 14-11. And they all themselves so aggressive, so quick, coming up short, about to turn the corner towards the B bomb site. It's just pistols for the defense, and there's still just one defender here. It's Simple, and he's going to go down as well. Starix finds another one, quickly trying to flank, so he knows there's probably more. 2 more coming. And he's got the information for his team. Nicely done from Edward. And Electronic, the last one left in a 1 versus 3. Going to spray down Markeloff as well.
Nice enough attempt from Electronic, but there were just so many people there. I don't even think he had a chance to reload. He's going to get overwhelmed eventually, and it'll be another one. 12 rounds overall now for the 2010 team. They're gaining on them, getting back into this match in a really quick fashion. So, and again, you have to assume that the money for the 2020 side is just going to be busted. So, I don't know what they do now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to be able to muster up to fight with. This is actually going to get really sketchy down the stretch of this game. Another boost up. Look how much Zeus, Markeloff, and Edward have progressed up mid, though. Simple is already boxed in and locked into his position, and he doesn't even realize it. There's the swing. I don't know how he's found that kill, but Markeloff is there for the trade. There's a couple players in the doorway, and they see it open. Senya's got the information. He's going to hold them pinned down, making sure nobody can swing to stop this plant.
Yeah, that door being open is a big giveaway that something is up. They did close it subsequently, but it's a little bit too late at that point in time. So this is just looking so good right now for the T side. Everything is kind of working out right as they would want. Flamie and Perfecto are left, but they're on the wrong side of the smoke, and I don't think they're going to get a chance to get onto the other side, really. There's just so many people waiting for them, so wow. The comeback is absolutely on. It's about to be, what, 13 rounds here for the 2010 team?
Yeah, to the 14 of 2020. So they're probably feeling like they need to button up this defense right now, create that brick wall. Perfecto, the last player surviving for the 2010 Navi with just the Deagle, but the rifles certainly have to come out here. And it's actually pretty crazy watching that the Navi 2010 able to just kind of march up either short towards the B bomb site, march up catwalk towards A. They're doing it quickly and not really being challenged in any meaningful way, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it definitely is. I don't know. I wasn't expecting this. I kind of thought, okay, that's it. Like, that's such a strong lead, getting 12 rounds in the first half. Nothing they could get back into it here, but they're not finding a lot. And again, I mean, I think this is the experience you could definitely have playing Tuscan. It's just that there are so many ways for the T's to get onto sites that you only really have to fail a couple of fights and you're done. And ooh, Simple. Big giveaway there, and a nice little fight to be winning early on.
Yeah, especially boosted up. That should be a shot from the AWP more often than not. And that makes this pinch on the bomb site really difficult to deal with. Well done from Senya. There goes Electronic, and the defense crumbles. And again, just all these buy rounds just not been successful for Navi 2020. And again, they just get decimated. Nothing you can do but actually try and save here. This is a head scratcher. And I think I have to imagine Navi 2010, they've got the money to go chase all this down. Who cares if they lose everything? You've got the money to hunt down the AWP, to hunt down the AUG. Take as much of that away as you possibly can.
Yeah, I agree. That's probably the way to go. They already did that once and with great success, and there's no reason not to do it again. You need to make sure that they don't have much fight left in them, which at the moment is working out just fine. Man, what a turn of events here. Going to be the round for the 2010 team, and now, I don't know, it's anybody's game. It's 14-14. It's all tied up.
All tied up. Pressure's on. What do we have? Do we have overtime rules for this show match, Anders?
I am not sure. That is a good question. I'm sure someone will tell us when we get to it. But yeah, basically.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Defending with Deagles. That's one of the 2 rounds that Navi 2020 have won in this half came by virtue of Deagles. It was a triple kill from Perfecto. I think Flamie had 1 kill with the Deagle as well. And that was kind of how they grabbed their first round of the half. Second round was won with rifles, but they have not had success outside of those 2 rounds, which is pretty crazy. They started this half with a 12-3 lead, and it has dwindled so far. That's a great double peak. Response to the spam that comes out from Senya.
Man, they're in a little bit of trouble here. Only losing 1 player, but I mean the 2020 side, just the economy is really, really caught up to them, and even if they get that early kill here, nice boost over. That's some veteran play. Look at the double kill. None of them knew what hit them. That's an older trick. You have to appreciate that.
That's a thing of beauty. I love it. Nice job from Zeus. That's going to force Perfecto and Simple to fight from the same choke point, and it's going to be nearly impossible. Just as this round winds down, seen some people in chat complaining about the observer. I would just like to go on the record and say you guys do not know what kind of a hell that observer is in with 1.6 observing. You cannot change players based off their position on the minimap or by a number of the player. You have to scroll through them using your Fire 1 or Fire 2 button until you get to the right player. So observing in 1.6 is an absolute disaster of an experience. And I would like to thank said observer for delivering us on all 3 maps and going through this hell, this thankless hell.
I agree. Yeah, it's way more tricky than it seems. Like it could already be a little bit of a tough job in CS:GO, but in 1.6, yeah, I've done it myself once for a show match years back, and it was shockingly difficult. So here we are though, 15 rounds on the side of Navi 2010. A massive comeback being run here on Tuscan against the modern Sumer lineup. They just need 1 more round, Jason. They will have done it.
Yeah, and I mean, how crazy would it be if this is the round that they falter, though? Flamie's picked up an auto sniper. Some spam coming in through the corner of the wall from said auto sniper might scare them away from that position, but it didn't. Senya's already stepped up into his place. This is a distraction. He wants to keep a 3rd person there, and it's working. Simple. Playing inside of the house is going to rotate over. Flamie inside of that bomb site, and Perfecto as well is over there.
Only 45 seconds here. No kills happening just yet. Does Flamie have an auto sniper? Is that what I'm seeing?
Uh-huh.
Well, okay. That's rare. Simple. Ooh, nice couple of kills coming through. Boomwich and Electronic to follow it up, and Electronic actually doing all the work, and the auto sniper as well. So there we go, 15-15, and we're gonna find out what the rules look like. Maybe we'll just have to deduce it from the action here. But that's them getting all the way to the finish line, Jason, and then not. They need 1 last step.
Yeah, it's a classic play to make that kind of a comeback happen and drop the ball right at the end. Got to be relatively frustrating. Although I don't know what's more frustrating is failing to complete that comeback and winning the map, or having a 12-3 lead and failing to close out the map at any point during that half. So I think both teams have honorable and good causes to be upset.
Yeah, we don't know yet, but I mean, yeah, we do have overtime.
We'll find out. Yeah, we do. It looks like there's start money as well. The question is, how many rounds will we be playing?
Well, at the very least, right, there's a config for it. The odds at the moment, from 1xBet, as you could tell there, slightly favoring the 2020 side. And despite the fact that they couldn't find that 15th round until the very end. So I don't know if that's very confidence inspiring.
Oh, that's awkward. A push down middle. Simple gave up the angle. Electronic gets punished. Simple boxed in. And Starix going to press the issue. He's got a 3rd. Or excuse me. Yeah, actually, I think that is his 3rd kill. Markeloff added 1 on there in the mix. And Flamie's the only one to respond from 2020. So 16-15 for the Boomers.
Who would have seen it coming here? Back to the winning ways. That was the round they needed earlier, and it just took them, just into. It's a classic, isn't it? You're gunning for that last round. You can't get it, and then finally, in overtime, that's when you pick it up. So
We do have a 16K start money, Anders.
all right, yeah.
To fill in, we're getting some details are filtering in slowly but surely. Again, a heavy stack in storage area 1 as Zeus going to move up the mid ramp as well so quickly. He's forced back, I believe, in Alper or someone in that position. Throws out the nade. Good peek from middle. There's nobody holding them back, which means these A defenders are just primed for getting obliterated.
They really are. Symbol's gone down to the 2-on-3, and even if Flamie Perfecto, they've got health for it. They definitely have the health advantage. Not entirely impossible. The Perfecto could do a lot here. Senny is going to get dropped by Flamie. The bomb, though, is ticking, and remember, you got to be quick here. Can't be wasting a lot of time. Edwards, almost seeing him as he come for the smoke there, but he's going to get essentially run down. And a nice swing there, instantly on the bomb that's invisible to us, but obviously not to the players. So, 2020 lineup to pick up this second round.
Yeah, still tied up 1-1. It is, as you've gotten all the details, it is 16K and MR3. So one more round in this first half of overtime, and then we'll see them swap sides one more time and see if we can get a team to close out this final map of 1.6.
Yeah, final map indeed. That's I don't know. That's pretty impressive. That they're able to retake that, even if they were had a little bit of health there. One of them was the AWP, so Perfecto had to do a fair bit of work. Simple's now back with the AWP.
I have to assume Edward was a little bit blind with that AWP because he did not react to the player coming through the smoke. So I have to assume he caught some kind of a flashbang.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, which again we don't know because of the spectating. There's nothing to do about it.
Because of 20-year-old spectating technology.
Yeah. And it's an old vehicle, but still is kind of cool, isn't it? Markeloff goes down. That's Flamie with the kill on him. And now they're going to be reverse boosting into this window towards the middle. That's a powerful move. That could definitely throw them off guard here.
Listen, 2010 Navi going deep into the old school strat book to win this map. That's a really nerdy strategy to run here in a show match against players who've probably never seen the map before. Simple is picked off inside of the A bomb site as he rotates over. There's Starix as well, finding Flamie on a push, and Edward has shot his teammate in the back of the head, and then he goes down in turn. So it's Starix against 3. Karma for using tactics in a show match.
Yeah, the show match gods do not approve, and just smite them in the middle of it. Perfecto goes down anyway, and the bomb is planted here. Starix trying for a 1-on-3, and he's successful so far, trying to be a bit aggressive. Oh, he's going to get caught and shot in the back as well. He was ready for it. Nice attempt from Starix. Actually, I thought that was a nice enough setup. We've got flashlights being spammed.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's so nice. Maybe they'll buy night vision as well. We can get the night vision spam.
Definitely get the night vision.
I got a quiz for you, Anders. What keys do you run through if you want to buy full armor and an M4?
Oh God, I have no idea. I'm never gonna. You know what? The crazy thing is, like, I actually think I never recovered from the from the CS:GO buy menu. Like, I missed the 1.6 buy menu. Like,
I did too.
I don't know what's up with that. Like, again, it's one of those things my brain just can't handle. But yeah, saying that, I probably should then be able to tell you, but I just can't.
Well, that's a shame. I'm kind of disappointed in you.
Well, I mean, I do have a reputation when it comes to quizzes to maintain as well. So
that's a good point. You're not a great test taker.
I'm really not. At least not those kind of tests. Like, if it's one that I can sort of hustle my way through, I can do a good job.
All right. Well, 2-1 in the favor of Navi 2020 in overtime here. And the T side has been the strong side, so they've got to be happy about that performance to get 2 rounds of the CT. And yeah, they pick up the pace. It's looking like they're going to be on map point as they just obliterate the Navi 2010 defense. So Navi 2020, the Zoomers just need one more round and they will close this map 1916.
Man, just another step. I mean, they had that lead for so long that, you know, it's taken them a while to get back here. But yeah, you're right. They have the chance. 18-16. And all the money in the world here for the second half. So let's see how far they could get it. If they could close it out right here now, or if they're going to get a chance maybe for more overtime. Who knows? Wild spray coming out there from Flamie. Not really connecting with, or at least not enough for the kill to take down Edward. He's going to win the fight. Missed chance for Starix. He's scoped up, looking through, and missing the chance. Oh, it's awkward. But he does get the kill.
It's awkward. It's painful. It's everything. Simple left in a 1 versus 3, but he's got 10 health, and he's already being pushed from Zeus. One more chance for the Zoomers to close out Tuscan.
Man, not the kind of start that it looked like he even had the early lead there, Flamie. It looked like he was in a little bit earlier than you would have expected, but still was not able to do it.
Dude, Anders, there's so many people in Twitch chat that know the answer to that question. Oh, they're spamming it. It's got to make you feel horrible.
You know, no, I'm alright with it. I give a lot of credit to Twitch chat, you know, wisdom of the crowd and all that. So I'm alright with it. I know things that are way less useful anyway, so I'll stick to that.
Yeah, you can be comfortable in the knowledge you've obtained. Nice retake, really before the bomb even gets planted. Mow down from Edward, and it's just simple. And it's looking like we're going to double overtime as Zeus gets the final kill. We're all tied up 18-18.
Yes, indeed, more overtime coming. I don't know what kind of. It's hard to explain. Like I do feel like I've accumulated a bunch of knowledge, but it's all just like. It's the kind of knowledge that's just, if you only stay in a conversation with me for like, 5 minutes, you'll never realize how much I don't know. But for those 5 minutes, you'll be like, man, this guy kind of seems to know a lot of stuff.
I think you're selling yourself short. You do a really good job of steering every conversation towards like the 2 or 3 subject matters that you know anything about.
Well, that's part of the. That's like part of the.
That's why you're always bringing up aliens and simulations. That's all you've got.
It's a lot there. Could talk about that for a long time. So yeah, I think that's part of it right there. So usually that works out fine for me.
1-for-1 trade. Edward takes on Boomich and is dropped in kind. Perfecto is able to give his team a 1-man advantage. 4-on-3, and Flamie is really challenging up middle. That's got to make the defense a bit nervous, and that's a huge fight in the open. Headshot angle for both players, and neither of them can hit it, so Simple comes in to do the job the way it needed to be done. Flamie about to turn into the A bomb site, and there's only one defender. It's Senya out in the open, but using the bush perfectly.
Yeah, he was actually crouched in the middle of that. I think he set himself up with a bit of a flashbang there, but unable to find anyone just yet. And backup's being called for. It's coming up the middle. It's Markeloff to take down Simple. That's some nice timing coming in. Now it's still a 2-on-2. Good shot from Electronic. Heavy range there to take him down. And they know where Senya is. I mean, I don't know if they want to stick around and fight him for 40 seconds. They could just go somewhere else. Looks like they do want to come for him. He's already been tagged up, but he's going to go down. Electronic with some nice work in this round.
Man. 19-18 in the favor of Navi 2020.
Well,
look at the odds as well. It's I'm amazed that 2010 is still doing this good.
Yeah, they're actually keeping up. I do have a sneaky suspicion there's going to be a bit of a drop off getting into the global offensive. Yeah, you just feel like it might, but so far so good. Look at this. Edward, Starix, and Senya are all contributing to the early round here, getting a couple of good kills. A grenade and Perfecto to take it a little bit further back in a 2-on-3, but they're still in the lead and they still got it going on.
Ooh, Markeloff picks off one more with the op. It's Perfecto left in a 1 versus 2. He's already in the A bomb site. but needs to traverse down middle to be able to pick up the bomb. That was a well-executed lobby crunch in towards, I believe that's storage area 2, if memory serves me appropriately. And Perfecto's going to take the long route with over a minute left on the clock. The tough part now is Markeloff has moved himself up towards long B. It's going to be hard to clear out, and if there's any noise cue made by Perfecto, Markeloff's close enough to, depending on where the noise cue comes in, he might be able to hear it and have the information. And we can hear the jump down and the running at the moment. And I would imagine Markeloff can hear that.
Yeah, I think he really would. 35 seconds here as well, so giving away noise is potentially quite scary. I don't know if he has a choice at all. Nice shot on Markeloff, taking him down. That was a quick reaction. Zeus surely knows where he is, and he's going to win the fight. Perfecto. He sort of had to be, you know, that aggressive towards the end and give him a big disadvantage. So, what are we at now? 1 for 1 in the double OT. Yeah.
Yep. 22 is the magic number that we're looking for to close this one out. Final round of the first half of second overtime. And Edward's going to jump out the window. Got a teammate there with him as well. Flashbang. In case there's any early aggression, it pops and nobody's going to push. So dropping a smoke and backing away.
So much time left in this round already, so not going to be pressure to do anything yet. They haven't really gone for the same kind of cool boost, but Flamie is back with that creek again. We haven't had the intervention yet. Maybe someone could get stuck in the door. Have you thought about that, Jason?
Ooh. I wouldn't mind that at all. Umich gets his head ripped off. Senya's traded. But Zeus is still here inside of the A bomb site. Starix coming in with a very fast flank, and only the faster reaction from Simple saves the day. Keeps this round in reach of Navi 2020. Another one as Edward tries to shut down the escape route. Good shooting from Simple left on 37 HP, and he's going to keep pushing. There is a smoke there, I believe, or a flashbang perhaps that blinded Simple.
Yeah.
We just don't see due to the older VHS level technology.
Yeah, he was definitely flashed, man. But that was you saw some really, really cool reactions out of Simple. That was impressive. Again, showing us that he's able to do it in this game too, which is, I just think, fascinating, isn't it? But it's not enough. They're still going to be losing, 2 out of 3 rounds on that first half of the double OT. So they need to do a lot more here. It's not that it's not done yet or anything, but they're behind once again on the 2020 lineup.
Yeah. We'll see if they can come back. This has actually been, I mean, for probably not ever playing, an official on this map, this isn't a bad showing from them whatsoever. And even the 2010 guys seemingly coming alive a little bit later in the day than maybe they would have liked as well. But the T side is where they made their comeback happen. Good trades. 3-on-3 now for each team.
Organ play from Simple, which is what worked for him in the last round at least. He's also going to be alone, as both Starix and Senia are going to be picking up a kill each. So 1 versus 3, and I don't really know what the plan is going to be. Yeah.
I think it's maybe to try and, I don't know, at this point, hold on to the op.
Yeah.
Bomb is in the hands of Senya, who's going the long route to join up with his teammate. This is actually a little bit dicey. Simple's got plenty of time to find an easy kill, and this is the bomb. If he can get this on the ground, if he checks left. And he's not going to. Senya's able to find him. I was wondering where the hell Senya was on the map. I was trying to follow him in the mini-map. I thought Simple would have seen him on that look over to the left, but he did not. So 21 to 19 is what I meant to say. Navi 2010 just 1 round away from taking Tuscan, taking the third map, their third 1.6 map.
Yeah, it's really all worked out really well for them. The comeback, obviously, in regulation, almost making it back and just winning it right then and there at 16-14. But it's got them this far. Oh, bit of a failed jump for Simple. Nice enough idea, I think. But yeah, 1 more round. We're at 22 for 2010 lineup. Edward, Zeus with big kills here on the T side to open it up with, and that set them off very nicely indeed. Senia to follow up, taking down Electronic. They just need another 2 kills, and they'll find a way to do it here. It's looking good. A lot of damage there on Simple, and Flamie also dropping a little bit low.
Some blind spray into the smoke to try and find an easy kill, and I think they're going to do it. Although, Edward finds Simple. So right before I'm about to build things up, that's it. Navi 2010 has won the third map, has won Tuscan, which means they can be happy. They can be full of pride, and I love that from Edward. The Boomers have indeed taken the 1.6 maps 2-1. They take Train, they take Tuscan here, and they win the 1.6 series.
Yes, so some honor has been saved, some history's been put in there. I like that. I think that's a pretty good showing. Zeus also looking excited, obviously. Yeah, that was way closer than I was expecting. It looked to me like once the 2020 lineup got really fired up, that it wasn't going to be possible for the old timers to hang in there, but not so.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy to actually see that. I mean, that was a huge comeback from the Boomers, man. They were down 12-3 at the half and came back all the way to bring us to overtime. That's a pretty crazy run. So shout out to them. Either way, next up we're gonna have the CS:GO maps. Those are what's coming now that we have 1.6 out of the way. It's gonna be CS:GO Train, because we saw 1.6 Train, CSGO Inferno, because we saw 1.6 Inferno, and then Dust 2, because why the hell not? They're all the old classic maps, so at least the Boomers know the general layout.
Yeah, they definitely will. I mean, I still have to assume that it's going to be a different kind of a feel altogether, but we don't know yet. So I'm ready to have my mind changed. If I see some cool stuff out of the 2010 lineup, then I'm going to be excited.
I don't want to burst your bubble before we get there, but I have this gut feeling.
Yeah, I might just share that. Well, we do have the analyst with us, so take it away, boys.